Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you about why your sales numbers are so terrible. Why can't you sell merchant accounts? And this is such an interesting concept to me because there are really only two reasons why people don't make sales. We all know what they are, contacts and closing percentage. But what I want to talk to you about today is the power of sales and this real reason why you're not making very many sales, why you're not selling very many merchants. So I had the opportunity, the privilege of talking with many top performers that are selling 15, 20 merchant accounts a month. I also have the opportunity to talk to many underperformers and average performers. And I get to see these trends now because of talking to so many people at events and ISO training, sessions and things like that. And so here's the real reason why salespeople are not selling more merchant accounts. It is because they're not taking responsibility for their lack of sales skill. They're not taking responsibility for their lack of sales skill. Let me tell you what I mean by this, okay? Let's say you get to the end of the month and your goal was to sell 10 merchant accounts, but you only sold 2. All right? Now, let's imagine for a second that during that month, you only went prospecting for like an hour a week. For the whole month, right? You only went out for an hour a week. So you prospected 4 hours. Now, if I came to you and said, whose fault is it that you only sold 2 merchant accounts, right? Why did that happen? Well, everybody watching this video, listening to this podcast right now would be like, well, it's my fault. I only prospected for like an hour a week. So obviously it's my fault. And I think everybody's got that. Like everybody understands. I mean, if you don't understand that yet, you really have no business being in sales. If you're not hitting your objectives because you're not putting the work in, that's your fault. Nobody can fix that for you. There's no magical pitch that's going to make your 1 hour of prospecting per week so productive that you're going to sell 10 merchant accounts. Like you have to actually go to work and you have to work hard. So if you're not doing that, just stop the video right now, turn off the episode and just go do that. I mean, that's obviously ridiculous. You have to work hard. Okay. Now, here's the real question though. What if you get to the end of the month, you're supposed to get 10 and you only got 2, and you actually did walk into 15, 20 businesses every day the whole month? Whose fault is it now? And many of you are in this position, and what you're doing is you're now saying, well, I put in the work, so it's not my fault. It's the area I'm in. It's the type of solution I'm selling. It's the support my processor is not providing me. It's this, it's that, it's the other thing. No, it is just as much your fault. It is just as much your responsibility if you get to the end of the month and you put in the work and you don't make the sales. It's just as much your responsibility as if you didn't put in the work and didn't get the sales. Why? Because the reason you're not selling is your sales skill and your lack of thought and preparation for your sales presentation. The top performers are preparing and they're thinking about what they're going to say. They're thinking about where they want to take the merchant. They're thinking about the action steps they want the merchant to take. And they're thinking about it a lot more than you are, and that's why you're not selling as much as they are. It's not your area. It's not your processor. It's not your solutions. It's none of these other excuses. It is your ability to sell people. And if you want to improve and you want to sell more merchant accounts, number one, put in the work. Hello, right? Put in the work. But if you're putting in the work and you're still not getting the results that you want, here's a thought. Read a sales book, right? Think about your sales presentation. Think about where you want to get the merchant. Create a process, a step-by-step presentation where you know, I want to get the merchant to do this, then this, then this, then this. So you can start to track where you're losing them. And then you can adjust your pitch accordingly. But if you're not making those shifts and making those adjustments, you're not going to sell merchant services at the level that you want to be at. So if you want to sell more merchant accounts, it's really pretty simple. Work hard and take full responsibility for your lack of sales skill. There's people, I'm telling you, I talk to merchants all the time. When I'm training people and I'm working with ISOs, I'll talk to a merchant and not sell them, not get them interested. It happens to me just like it happens to you. And then what will happen is, though, when that happens to me, my thought is, you know what? Somebody could have sold that person. I misread them. I said the wrong thing. Something about what I did caused me to lose that merchant account sale, right? Instead, what many of you are thinking when you lose an account is, well, that person just didn't like me. Yeah, and guess what? That's your problem, right? You're in sales. If you can't get people to like you, whose problem is it? You would think it's the prospect's problem? Well, you're not going to sell very many people if you're expecting your prospects to fix this issue of not being able to connect with you, right? If you're in sales, that's all your responsibility. Read sales books, be passionate about sales, think about your presentation, prepare, track your results, figure out where you're losing people, and make adjustments. That is how you become a top merchant sales professional.